We will not tolerate any kind of violence this weekend.
And first at 4, Governor Kate Brown, they're outlining a plan to police dueling rallies in Portland scheduled for tomorrow. There could be thousands of demonstrators from the far right and from the far left at 2 parks in North Portland.
Well, the governor is stepping in to take command of the law enforcement presence during these protests, giving police more resources if things get violent. Now, her plan puts the superintendent of Oregon State Police and Multnomah County Sheriff in charge, not the Portland Police Bureau. If need be, troopers, sheriff's deputies, and Portland police, they can use tear gas to disperse the crowds. The governor says Mayor Ted Wheeler and county leaders are on board with this plan, even though Mayor Wheeler previously banned Portland police from using tear gas.
Peaceful protest is the only path toward change. Those stoking the flames of violence, those coming to Portland looking for a fight, will be held accountable.
And the Proud Boys and anti-fascist groups say that they will be at Delta Park on Saturday, also at Peninsula Park a couple miles away. The last time these two groups met, things turned very violent. A man was shot and killed downtown last month.